So you're using generative AI, and you know it can be a total game changer, right? But getting it to give you exactly what you need, that's a whole different story. In this explainer, we're going to break down how to go from these kind of vague requests to precision prompts that actually deliver powerful results. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's kick things off with a problem that, well, I'm pretty sure we've all been there. You've got this incredibly powerful AI at your fingertips, but the results you're getting are just meh. It's a super common frustration, but the good news is it's totally fixable.
Sound familiar? Of course it does. You ask for a summary, you get back this generic block of text. You ask for some creative ideas, and you get a list that completely misses the mark. And look, this isn't the AI's fault. It's actually a signal that we need to get better at telling it what to do.
Okay, so here's a classic example of what not to do. The prompt, summarize this HR data, it's just way too vague. The AI does what you told it, but the result is useless. There are no insights, no action items, nothing you can actually bring to a meeting. You can't do anything with that. It's a total dead end.
So what's the fix? How do we get out of this mess? Well, it all comes down to one word: structure. Instead of just firing off a random question, we're going to use a really simple framework to build a prompt that guides the AI to the exact answer we're looking for.
And here's the magic formula, the 4-part prompt framework. First, you give the AI context, telling it what role to play. Next up, and this is the one we're really going to zero in on today, is the task. That's the specific action. Then you define the output you want, and finally, you lock in the format. It sounds simple, but wow, when these 4 parts work together, it is incredibly powerful.
Now look, all 4 of these pieces are important for sure, but one of them is the absolute heart of the prompt. It's the engine that drives everything else, and really mastering it is the secret to getting those brilliant results you want.
Yeah, the task. It's everything. It's not just what you ask, but how you ask it. Think of it this way. It's a difference between asking for a simple summary and demanding, a full-blown strategic plan.
So let's get super clear on what we mean by task. It is the specific, direct, no-nonsense command. It tells the AI what to write, what to analyze, what to create. The sharper your task, the sharper the AI's answer. It's that simple.
All right, enough theory, let's see this thing in action, right? We're going to look at a few common HR scenarios just to see how a really well-defined task transforms the AI's output from something totally generic to something that is an absolute game changer. Okay, first up, remember that HR data problem from earlier? We've got this big pile of raw numbers on turnover and employee engagement, and we need to make sense of it, turn it into something we can actually use.
Now this task is a whole different beast. It's not just summarize, it's write a 200-word report. It gets even more specific, highlighting 3 insights and 2 actions. See the difference? This isn't a polite suggestion, it's a direct command.
And boom, the result? It's night and day. Because the task was so incredibly specific, you get back a structured report with concrete takeaways you can immediately act on. That right there is the power of a really well-defined task.
All right, let's try another one. Job descriptions. We all know these can take forever to write, right? But with the right task, an AI can give you a fantastic head start.
Just look at the level of detail here. The task defines the exact role, the experience level, and even calls out the key skills to focus on. The AI isn't left guessing. It's been given crystal clear parameters to work with.
And because you gave it such clear instructions, look what you get back. Not some generic template, but a really comprehensive draft that covers everything from the summary to the specific technical skills. Your job just went from staring at a blank page to just refining and polishing. Huge difference.
Okay, one last example. Let's jump over to learning and development. How can we use AI to build personalized growth plans for our people? And you guessed it, it all comes back to defining that task.
I love this task. It's so good. It specifies the duration, the format, micro-learning, the target employee, and the exact skill to focus on. There's just no wiggle room here, no ambiguity. The AI knows exactly what to build.
So after seeing all these examples, you might be wondering, what does this actually mean for your role? Well, it means your job is evolving. You're not just an operator of a tool anymore, you're a strategist.
And honestly, this is the best way to frame it. The AI is your new assistant. It's there to handle the heavy lifting, all the drafting, the data sifting, the grunt work. This frees you up to focus on the stuff that actually requires a human brain, the strategy, the culture, the people.
The big idea here is partnership. It's a collaboration. The AI does the initial legwork, it creates the first draft, it spots the patterns, but you are the curator. You're the one who validates, refines, and makes sure the final output is spot on and aligned with your goals.
So your real value isn't in doing the task anymore, it's in defining the task perfectly. Your expertise is now all about asking the right questions, crafting that perfect command, and then critically evaluating what comes back.
Seriously, if you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, make it this. Think of the AI as a mirror. A vague, unfocused task is going to give you a vague, unfocused answer. But a sharp, specific, and intentional task, that will get you a sharp, specific, and incredibly valuable answer every single time.
So, I'll leave you with a little homework. Think about it. What's that one tedious, time-consuming task you do every week that, with a more precise command, you could redefine right now and hand over to your AI assistant tomorrow?